What's your name?
Guten Abend, meine Herren. Bitte treten Sie ein. Herr Gefreiter, kümmern Sie sich um die Koffer.
Jawohl.
Let's go.
And now, folks, if you'll just step this way, you are about to witness the most amazing, the most astounding living monstrosity of all time.
Freak! 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 Get off of him!
We didn't lie to you, folks. We told you we had living, breathing monstrosities. You laughed at them, shuddered at them, and yet, but for the accident of birth, you might be even as they are.
Drift in, measurement in your mind trick. Look, gaze into the flame, break contain my spirit, feel it every chance. I get a one glance dance, they forget there's deeper oceans to tread, yet I always still sweat. Magnified eyes can see past those objects with fame. It's much more than just a mic, it's money, an obvious game. To some those objects get quickly rolled up in smoke. I possess threat and content, and then just joke as you choke. Joke as you choke. Joke as you choke. Choke, 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 choke.
The threat to your waste of life, and so your only moves to mock me. Wanna end me out of envy, but an empty essence can't knock me off my pedestal. Antithetical to a moral rhyme. Before all time and space, I grace the cosmos and toss those under pure pressure. Strength of will combat the thrill of alcoholic blackout. Might as well hack out your thought process and throw it in the trash for those few hours. Nevertheless, have your party, fat chance of me showing but Hollywood. Before you ask to fit in, ask yourself if you should.
Freakie. Check in your check-ins, so check this freak. 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 Check in your check-ins, so check this freak.
Who's this that stomped the fire when you came around? They spot him down, bomb buildings in single bounds. A higher level, supersonic punches came up. Back by the days raised, lunching at Notre Dame. I was the one just for fun, at the club in the mix, seeping through it through punks, crushing you to bits. Pull a quick trick, you can never have the clever racket. My swing sits and rings bells, since I gotta have it. So sick of your no-wit, the skull popped a crack. Now your brain's leaking again with more pop crack. I grab this from my sack, go call all your friends and tell them it dropped. From here on out, it just ends.
Check in your check-ins, so check this freak. 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 Check in your check-ins, so check this.
respect. You divide and I act as a man. There's not another person close to this image, and fooled in the standard that I choose when I devour any PYT simply smothered by sour. Septic smell, ill sought, damaged thought. Sometimes I wish a fish I never caught, instead blurred from a better thought that I pervert, and let myself get caught in the trap. It was just a lure. Nowadays I'm clever than that, the cat can't face. I rip sections, lessons, rectify when I pull an ace. Out my deck of cards, wreck it hard as I possibly can. Stand mystified and it died. Your sorry crap is the reason this went flat. You'll be replaced with the smile on my face's placemat. You're foul, you need to just quit. You're the thirst inside a dry throat, quenched. Her bowl sunk first, sink down even lower, 50,000 leagues in the sea, which is brew boiled to 360 degrees without me.
Check in your check-in, so check this. Check in your check-in, so check this. Check in your check-in, so check this, freak. 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 Check this. Freak. Check this.
Paragraph lineup, tangent cut through Q strings, hyperactive blast in a fast forward swing. Things in major, minor vines allow movement. To prove what? No need for magic wands to turn this to a fresh cut. Life provides my line in life's tragic times still. Music production has components, descend and chill down the spine, central control center. Is it the cool or a fool that feels the need when it's big? Enter my space, leave with that look on your face. It was a torturous pace I had to taste for my own sake. Hell was in you when you picked my line, scribe it in pen. Just what it meant was deciphered, bent, then spent your expense account trying to achieve a dream from the last empty project. You still sleep, then wake to a trance. It's a shame you meet in minutes and seconds to final hour devoured in this.
Check it, you're checking, so check this.
Freak.
Check it, you're checking, so check this.
Open up the door, meet the freaks of furthermore. Two MCs who mind what content goes with rhyme. Stand, run, and land those 2 feet into rows. Freeze frame in a single line for a freak show. Sneak a peek, was it on lock or a big mismatch? Or all inside your head, everyone's misled. Excuses are misused, diluted you. Intrude, shock platoon is the new from MCs who get booed.
I hold a threat to your waste of a life, and so your only moves to mock me. Wanna end me out of envy, but an empty essence can't knock me off my pedestal. Antithetical to immoral rhymes. Before all time and space, plead your case and have the putty on your face to base. Do you show off flash dances? The cash worth its stance is shifted. Strip down to bare essentials, don't abuse what you've been gifted. I won't be getting in touch, so don't bother dialing collect. Cause if you wanna call me up, it's 1-800-RESPECT.
Me, myself, I know my central system's control. It's the mind's connection for dissection of the soul. Me, myself, I know my central system's control. It's the mind's connection for dissection of the soul. Me, myself, I know my central system's control. It's the mind's connection for dissection of the soul. Me, myself, I know my central system's control. It's the mind's connection for dissection of the soul.
Blend these MCs who stood up staggering comp, tossed a few who lost views then fell off. Label the stable men who revolve like disco dance balls, stumble through a past tense vision, just crumble then fall. Even snippet twitches brew turned new, rags to riches, murky ponds to clean pools. And now what? What happened to us? Was it the get up and fuss of too much about me you'll never understand? Just rust.
game's over.
Cascade the night with 2 mics, cat slow, masterful, clever enough to call the bluff. Now how can he know? A heavyweight with the tightest, one slight twist of this wrist with the mic set tight against these lips. Trace my ace, then place one last attempt. Switch, illusional sleight of hand. Kicks tight as Jimmy Smith. Tools to crush his movements, so my headset tech allowed movements to cut. What took you so long to get? Frequencies in tunes to relay. Message to the major, unable to send communication. Ankle tripped the cable, sunk deep into range. Strings, rings, take a breath. A soldier of fortune that finished the last mile with death. Underneath the light of the moon in my own groove. Rhyme shone so bright it burned, blind enough to melt the eyesight. Tight as that light, showing you right, known to do fat hits. Understand, that's what we just patented, but you missed an open door and welcome me and my crew. Shot Platoon and see you at a boom that blew away you.
Crusades, man-at-arms, and mercenaries march through marshes, walk in wetlands and bask in prairies. It's too late to back out, brain and body system shot. Soldiers off the assembly line, wind them up, programmed robots.
Let's take the train back to basic tracks, building extra stops in bigger cities to make a killing. Only the lonely, Colby priceless fish lines bite hooks. Wield relevant chapters, you won't find this in books. Look inside, find a massive shock and key that turn and unlock the lock for further more swings.
Shock platoon, a lot of paradox talks and odd thoughts. Not silver spoon, but sandworms and sand dunes and moons in orbit for its fantasy forms the social norms. Nowhere did it say seeping through pores with Agent Orange's justice. It's just this kind of thought that rots fruits of the spirit. Hear more on decomposing on jive talk. Pox, connect the dots on flesh, best of nothing. Polish people up and turn the organ, start stuffing it in. Live in a world of fabricated Frankensteins. Morph to mush and crush your inborn design. Military miscellaneous silo all messed up. A front line all dressed up and famous for conforming crumble to dust. Birds of a feather fall to pieces together. Why I never could sever a head and leave it for devil it already is. That is the head displaced atop a stake. Just for trophy's sake, I think that layers an inability to think straight.
If you launch them, they will explode. Hand to hand ground combat. After enemies' planes crash grenades slash through flesh. Pounds and pounds lay around just to reach the top peak with this unique sound.
Operation Poison Ivy, lively and directed to collect a vast amount, go past the amount of times that I create the new. Let me develop you from scratch. Blank slate, make a heart in the art of a rhythm and say it is living, but wait. Only God can grant a soul the breath of life, it's not our role to play. Man-made human life under the knife will never see the day.
Why have you stopped? Should be obvious, even to you. The winner walks away, and the loser just dies.
I feel strange, very weak. I don't know. I can't die.
Nothing else will do, this killing still continues. Taken to a field rush, feel a flow of bloodlust. Nothing else will do, this killing still continues. Taken to a field rush, feel a flow of bloodlust. Methods bless madness, image sight blind, monumental with text, been detrimental to health, unexplored, torn with rage, white fools hated, so gun raids swoop, cruise through with mega troops, they wait, then shoot, them deceased to leak the truth, just focus, determined to flip in a frenzy, unable to move.
Another tragedy turned into tragedy. Anatomy spread over countrysides. I decide to let the truth go. Exactly how? Well, I blend my brain and liquefy to flow. And when? Anytime I spit a rhyme or rock a show. But why? Because I love the poetry with passion in my heart. To reach a full potential, self-respect is where I start.
Nothing else will do, this killing still continues. Taken to a field rush, feel a flow of bloodlust. Nothing else will do, this killing still continues. Taken to a field rush, feel a flow of bloodlust.
I'm wearing too much genetic makeup for my date with the DNA in every way. Mutate my tones, chromosome, I'm known as Fisher. From the lamb with the lake effect. In effect, I infect mites with viruses and dialect.
Rocks to roll, stones in river, deliver the wheat. Knock 'em all down in a bull and pin spin fleet. I'll give you one chance to retreat, not one line to repeat. Catastrophics of demonic people deserve defeat.
It's been a long time since the first time of the mic chords insert. So finally, for the fourth time, go forth if the mic works. And paint a picture of your lifespans. What I'm capturing all the way from El Sol to ABC manufacturing.
Thoughts inside my head, the words meant said. The concept's been bled, it's all inside my head. Thoughts inside my head, words meant said. The concept was bled and it's all in my head. Impossible to remain stable in the fable you flaunt. Disassemble the message sent of all the most wanted. Twisted and taught, the status turned, able to burn. Try and hate history in the first degree and I still yearn.
Never mind milk and honey, the search for lamb built for money. A power hungry in the driver's seat. Nancy's and Sid vicious cycles bear offspring, a seed most likely to repeat self-defeat.
Exercise my thought, diminish in this. Cautious, a long path might ignite at any time along the line. Regiment spots brigade on a higher plane. All press on, despite lessons of enemy aggression. Thoughts inside my head, words meant said. There's waters to tread, now it's out of my head. Thoughts inside my head, words meant said. There's waters to tread, now it's out of my head. Out of my head, out of my head, out of my head, out of my head. Evil that men do, wiped herds for horns and hides. Terms misinterpreted, treaties for gold, full of lies. Trace the torturous past acts of those murdered and slain. Hieroglyphics in present day remain. From the plain bay, Maine or Florida state, let the horns rust and bring an end to this bloodlust.
Step foot on golden grass and ask yourself, is it shameless to claim a land and name the nameless? Hand me a bow and arrow to put in your bone and marrow, but gunpowder got the better half, overpowered looking down the barrel. Friction between humanity, notice the contradiction in God we trust, founded upon a bloodlust. Nothing else will do, the killing still continues. Taken to a field rush, feel a flow of bloodlust. Nothing else will do, this killing still continues. Taken to a field rush, feel a flow of bloodlust. Nothing else will do, killing still continues. Taken to a field rush, feel a flow of bloodlust. Bloodlust, 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 bloodlust. Non-stimulating situation, dunked deep. There's 7 simulations, I'm the only one not sunk. Under influences, brains, the brain's limitations of feeling. Till the next morning snoring, now back to the real thing. Raise, find the ways the same on a different day. Laid up, now peel the skull cap, back for a drab photograph. I feel the most cautious glance since my decision. Incisions on my stand of having no excuse in my hand. Lands a small notch in the gut, shrunken up little rock. Distressed all the hell out loud mouth. Duck now, pow! In shock, jaw dropped to the floor and eyes went wider than manga. Vision incision into the brain so I can tame the beast who feasts on hate, fiend in human shape. You lost and it appears you're boxed in when shadows emanate color fate. Inside the line seek the divine, delete evil distressors, witches chuckle when bodies buckle under pressure. But I laugh at witchcraft pseudo-psychological spells. My magic's mind over matters that tried to drag me to hell with burnt corpses. Forces of your fists miss me, mistaken, hide your children, rebellion undertaken. Blocks is
inside my mailbox, a junkie day Tuesday. I lift the lid and pick through wigs, fix up new ways to handle those vixens a fun way. Q-man to tangent to a new name. Magnifying glasses pass through virus, lets me lock and aim. Next, destroy all void, mean coy cause I see ploys, plots. Situations tick away and the time's running out on the clock. Stigmatism clouds the vision, to the left or right it's a given. Your boat is sinking fast, at last it's finally tipping. Over and over and over inside of my head, and not able to sit and be involved in the conversation or talk as a friend.
The core doctrine of atheists wears thin, because there has to be God for you to have no belief in him. And if and then the twisted sister seduces every last speck of salvation by perverted persuasion. Truth sayer, serum the soothsayer, shut up, silence say on circles and leave your specter cut up. Fill up a flash and a pan vampire, buy your soul a new master. Yet another in need of nurture for this natural disaster.
Leaning underneath the ground in 3D interstellar, let's embark an adventure, he asked, easily past me. A thing I thought I'd never involve myself in again, but I took it anyway. Exactly what else could I say but yes, rip a few and then continue to take 2 to 3 and see things you didn't want to see. See, I thought you'd love it. No, I rise, my eyes love it. If I keep on, I'd soon be gone and forgotten, so cut it.
Pay the price for pagan practice, haunted by your homemade poltergeist. A sacrifice by sacrilegious, cross your heart and hope it's finished. Purity invaded, follow track marks through the land where veins are violated. Violently I'm serenaded by the screaming race all night. But I've gone beyond these barricades that tried to block you and me from the light. There is no stepping stone to the afterlife, let it be known that my plot's to put a stop to necromancing the microphone.
I'm just getting sick of it, man. I had enough.
On no crazy. On no crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What? Okay. This is James. Now, do me a favor. Just show me around, tell me TV rules, show me games and stuff, okay?
How much you gonna pay me? How much? I'd be doing your job.
$5,000, my man. That enough?
5,000?
I'll wire a check to your account as usual.
$5,000. $5,000.
$5,000?
I'll give him the deluxe mental hospital too.
My man.
Penance, put away your humanistic independence. You cannot separate yourself from sin, end of sentence. Repentance for the curse that caused all to turn decrepit. I run on super ego to deface the basic it. Bases slid out from under your feet, breakdown of an archetype. Heretics and 666, us against them put up the fight. Rip the mic for posi life, a pride to be shown. Screw tape up a vulgar mouth and turn wormwood to stone.
Most people wait in anticipation. Fish's latest release has me climbing over fences, bouncing off walls, lights, camera, action. Your team is a scream, even Wes Craven's asking about the latest segment, nightmares under the masses, rolling like stones into rivers which deliver this to the asses who just don't seem to compute or register messages inside of my verse. You lose on the regular.
Your shock treatment is a temporary tattoo, makes a mark but disappears because you have no lasting long view. You drop belly flopped off the planet, splattered and scattered cells out. Run amok in the panic, forbidden to function outside the medical services institution. It can't get any worse than this, shackled to sickness, given the daily dosage. Go grandiose, go brag and boast, but your body's just a host of parasites feeding inside out. Wither away backwards is what it's all about.
Lift it up and remove it from off the shelf. Take it down, open it up and read it for yourself. I'm that type who will rip it tight every way, any day. Never say another word under any other reign. Smash the scepter, ravage it, deception. From the low down, dirty, scavenge, fat, rat, infectious. Living upside down, oh no, here he go. You saw me, just leave Lehigh. And many still say, Utah? Well, okay, we've got the jab. So land up in the trap. Visit me and fish will soon hit areas all around your map.
Fisher, Colby. Respond. We got a 211 in progress. This is Colby. Colby and Fish responding to the scene. 10-4.
Anonymous tip, there's been a theft. Nothing left at the crime scene, finding it hard to believe that we've been swept clean. Everything Everything from voice to music at Arcadia has been taken to be pirated. Something like this is not to be forsaken.
Sergeant Payne's the name. People know me on the street as one of the same to not play foolish games. So we get the call from dispatch about a triple pack who have plans to knock off my block, strapped with high-powered gas.
High-speed chase, crooks in the lead. Taste the blood from glass splashing off the dashboard. Got the gas pedal to the floor, soar downside winding street surveillance to feel out their whereabouts, beginning to lose patience.
The station radio's the way we go. There's no way that they can stray too far. Watch for cars, garbage trucks. Hit one of those, it suck. We'll catch them, it'll cost them. If my partner hadn't lost them.
3 suspects, seen fleeing. The first one, approximately 5'6", 10'4". Second one, 6'6", that big. Third unknown. Last seen on 23rd Street. Fisher and Colby responded immediately. I lost Fish. Fish is gone. 10-4.
Details from the scene of the crime entail enough that we can send these thieves to an upstate jail cell.
Well, I lost control and rolled the car, it folded then exploded. Let's split up to find out where they are. Believe me, they can't get too far.
Communications failed, no chance for backup. Keep an open eye, civilians lay spread about, no medevac in sight. And from peripheral vision, I catch a quick glance. Pull his Glock from a boot cock and shoot, he had no chance.
I came across a fish hooker, should've booked her for the way she was dressed, but she confessed to seeing the fleeing suspects run down a back alley just west of here. I took a shortcut, went through an abandoned warehouse, kicked out the back door, but the street was clear.
I tried to choke the info from the last John Doe. Anything to help catch the 2 left, who knows?
At the last minute I checked a saloon, they were surely in it, sirens sounded. It was my partner, we got him surrounded.
This is the police. Take her out the back. Come out of the building with your hands up. Watch the windows. Place your weapons on the ground. Get down on the ground now. Get the place. Put your hands in the air. Get down, get down, get down.
Pressed them up against the wall, cuffed the wrist, emptied the pockets for underground communication, furthermore with fiber optics. Select my sights to technicolor at night infrared to see the meaning behind it's hidden beneath, so these thieves can't get what I've said.
Or even begin to comprehend the severity of the sentence. The judge will head down, Fish, let's book the clowns. Many faces witness the fury when the bloodlust strikes. On a smaller scale, one-on-one, these new thieves are done.
Confiscate the mic, you have the right to remain silent. Stuck them with the tranquilizer in case they got violent. It wasn't me, it was the plea to convince me of his innocence despite the temperature change, increased pulse rate on the lie detector proved me right.
Keep your fingers off the 88 keys, man, please. Crooks get the book thrown at them for trying to duplicate these DNA traces, changing up their faces. New cases get cracked, full smack back for trading places.
Dispatch, this is Colby. We've apprehended the suspects. They're in custody. 10-4, be bringing them back to the station. Out. Way to go, Fish. We got him. Yeah, that's great. The boss is gonna be real happy.
believe and then see. Me on MICs, erase the state take of those other ceremonies. Crash test, not the first nor the very last. Fast to dash the best, then display the C on my chest. Where the hair spilled the freshest from the pair of aces. And the third, I'm with Chester, another Chester. Props to fairy, cross-dresser, faggot, fake, maggot, decrepit, falsified, right before your eyes. What's not left anymore, hard to the core, you're just a bore. The best is, the rest is, of course it's furthermore.
Silver ceiling on the sentimental metal mood, stealing souls, free will, he will swallow until starvation satisfied. Nonsense as swim inside shallow water pleasures. Conscience says, consider the situation's weights and measures. More on that subject later, I'm not less than equal to, but greater than stardom suck on vanity kills. I still chip away at the skull with intel, instead men under Drentel. Send to hell temptation, now let Satan have it back. All his followers sheep are led the cliffs, falling in an eternal abyss. So switch from which brings you down, you're better than that.
Because of my technique, I'm the one you let spit.
Just whack, take evasive action, attack, shot.
Because of my technique, I'm the one you let spit.
Just whack, take evasive action, attack, shot.
Because of my technique, I'm the one you let spit.
Just whack, take evasive action, attack, shot. That's what I say, when I say it,
Because of my technique, I'm the one you let speak.
Now as this preceding message continues on, I see John and Paul Snyder, Theodore Arbon. Song everything in the world and all the love to moms. My sister Brandy and the same to my step family. Fisher plugs me in with voltage from his circuit. Saphir and Maynard tell me all about their daily service. I stand and then devolve through a transcendent message from my brain into the drain. This the best it is. Now who do you think you really are? Under par or up to it? Call me Kobe now, in the past it was just Cuban.
I have a headache, not even the $18 pill can shake loose. I have more than a week of being sick, medicine's been no use. So I went to Instacare, 2-hour wait for the doctor to show. Pay him $60 to tell me what I already know. I should go see Moreau, but job doesn't cover it. Stress-related co-worker, I'll smother his. Daddy got me this position, reputation. No reason for reason if you see his friend change the station. Cut the small talk, you greaseball. My piece falls short of a few thoughts to strangle the soul from this imbecile, but I'm above it. Will not lower myself down to the whack. Take evasive action, attack.
Because of my technique, I'm the one you let speak.
Just whack, take evasive action, attack, shock.
Because of my technique, I'm the one you let speak.
Just whack, take evasive action, attack, shock. That's what I say, when I say it.
Because of my technique, I'm the one you let speak.
MCs disintegrate up against the Superman. Test the brain that bleeds the best. Us, yes, yes. Now you know it never slows when it comes to this. Why do you wanna mess with it and get all up in my business? Carbonated but not carbon copied on plates. See your hypothesis serves sloppy, so tolerate. Me and my platoon do boom in any room. It's magnificent to feel blast from tangent. So catch another glimpse.
My person can be problematic in relations, jealous of sound, mind, and body, and on occasion kiss goodbye composure in the mania over obsession. Old Adam had him in my grip, but he slipped away straight from the flock.
Because of my technique, I'm the one you let speak.
Just whack, take evasive action, attack, shot.
Because of my technique, I'm the one you let speak.
Just whack, take evasive action, attack, shot.
Because of my technique, I'm the one you let speak.
Just whack, take evasive action, attack, shock. It's what I say, when I say it.
Because of my technique, I'm the one you let speak.
It's what I say, when I say it. It's what I say, when I say it. It's what I say, when I say it. What I say, when I say it.
Because of my technique, I'm the one you let speak.
Just whack, take evasive action, attack.
How you doing tonight? Thanks a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called Sunshine.
Sunshine plays a major part in this.
Enlighten your mind, rise and shine.
Sunshine plays a major part in this.
I find my mind enlightened by each day's sun rays. Bring the easiest breeze to relax against life's facts. The stress that it takes to represent can make it crazy. Enough of the time I realize I've fallen behind. That's just fine. A line of ruffles rabbits from out my magic hat. Paces from this type recital might as well match and make time a part of my routine seem real graphic, but actual grasp pit take to hell's sake when it was tangent. Imagine if you had the memory to make gravity rotate like the feeling ability you could actually make trace. A man intimidate his own thought he'd wish he bought from a thrift store. Since all of us know now it's furthermore. Enlighten your mind. rise and shine. Yeah, I rise and shine, enlighten my mind. Enlighten your mind. Rise and shine. Come on now, tell them what's up with that past act. Guitar riffs take me to inside and place traps. Baited with snacks while people act up about the track. I make ill repute, few kids dispute the outcome. When it's actually more than one, I rise like the sun and set to regenerate, to keep pace like a lifeline. Actually motions vary, but I still do just fine. Catch me at a pool spot, walk up, I'll still talk. Movie or restaurant, or when I'm just out to walk. My day, lay back, cause my cycle's on 24 tracks. And catch a laugh after it takes 5 times to Mac. Each year, there's less fear. Every day I make new ways and place my musical measures where it fits into play. Listen, I was missing, yet my eyes open to each day. From a dream in moonbeams to soak up the sun rays. Enlighten your mind, rise and shine. Yeah, I rise and shine, enlighten my mind. Yeah, enlighten your mind, rise and shine. With all my might I get delightful thoughts before night. Each word in line defined when the sun shines light. To warm and heat a swarm, a cruise to defeat. Meet me and speak of an MC, I know who's offbeat. They try, spread lies but remain butter soft. Or better yet, but when I extract the whack of comp, it's on. I love to ease into the scene and target all the faces of sideshow bobs, more than one to market. Indecent to the herbal sounds collected and grasped by my hand. And yet back to the lab real fast. Extract the infections I come across each and every day. Trade your whole entire tape for less than what you actually made. But I see above mountains, past clouds, around crowds. To feel even though I was solo, it's furthermore now. Enlighten your mind, rise and shine. I rise and shine, enlighten my mind. Yeah, enlighten your mind. Furthermore, rise and shine. 1997, furthermore, check it out. Yeah, 1997 brings furthermore onto the sea. Just listen to this and see exactly what I mean. 1997 brings furthermore onto the scene. Listen to this and see exactly what I mean. Check it out, that's off the new album, Platoon. Yeah, pick it up from your store. Thanks a lot. Good night.
In the backyard, better known as Backworld, there's insect boys and insect girls. In the backyard, better known as Backworld, there's insect boys and insect girls. Let's magnify 500 times beyond the normal naked eye, then I amplify. Armies of red ants riding on horseflies, prices of pollen that beehives will rise. Out in the grasslands within the tall strand stands the ever so glamorous ladybug. She dates beetles, box elders, boll weevils, but beetles got jealous, kicked her to the curb. Earthworms say hush, you're gonna wake up the birds who eat us in thirds. I heard Earwig was stepped on and he lived, he must be immortal. The immoral wasp attacked praying mantis and lost their backup. Yellow jackets got caught in flight traffic, so laugh it up if you will. Still seasons change and the winter will spill, causing a kill almost entirely to insect society. Snowflakes extinguishing flies that are fiery, forget the fabric of lives. Rich in resources, refining a backworld new nation. Look at the sky and watch weather mutation as God lays his blanket down on all creation.
this much more than your usual blue-eyed ambition. Furthermore, sparks ignition in every one of its missions. Crusade, prepared to put to rest the question, will it fall? Respect myself, not kids walking shopping malls. Lost, confused, conception, abused. Everyone can play this, absolutely nothing to lose. Skip the fantasy, bragging, babbling, that's not real. Images earned, not followed, so who you fooling? Yourself. When you look into your eyes, show some respect. Without a diss on that note, you should use the insect. Not repellent, birds use trees, caterpillars, leaves, bees, flowers, in turn benefit from showers. These, one of a few of the many things that I favor, not the behavior from the insecure or bottle major. Shouting to you what you do, when to you do what you do. Past a few is so new to listen to.
In the backyard, better known as Backworld, there's insect boys and insect girls. In the backyard, better known as Backworld, there's insect boys and insect girls.
Space, we need another pass so we can get back to the place before we left and keep it on track. Space, we need another pass so we can get back to the place before we left and keep it on track.
Coastal, go below sea level. Only sharks survive natural selection by the devil. Alive and well lives a miniature goldfish inside a glass shell. Fluorescent lights make it pastel. Aquamarine patrols, tentacles wrapping around you. I found you floating on the surface. Value how to defend against a currently charged snipe. Slight change in size disrupt the pull of the tide.
Please leave space for me inside the submarine. A periscope, is the torpedo bay clean? Mark it, keep the target in between the crosshair. What's your verdict, Mr. Perfect? How'd I word it? In spite of all the wishing, I'll make my own decision. No matter how much yours weighs, it's not as much as fishing. Twice, nice, on the dice roll. Lucky numbers, the core belongs to furthermore 97, the year it went under. Space, we need another pass so we can get back to the place before we left and keep it on track. Space, we need another pass so we can get back to the place before we left and keep it all on track. Space, we need another pass so we can get back to the place before we left and keep it on track. Space, we need another pass so we can get back to the place before we left and keep it all on track.
My blue heaven's not the case, a trace of Blake food feeding frenzy, pursued and trued on swim sequences. This is set in salt waters of plankton. I'd like to thank them for the upkeep of aquatic tanks and
foul referee officially definitions thick. Sonics drop to jocked cause deep water rips. We scrolled up totems, deliver me to Costner's water world. Always keep the best of myself, you clone my tones.
Caged in when it's staged as human victims tap into the system where the AIDS eject all the colors of the rainbow trout. I doubt it. Stay out of boundaries set aside for empty space.
Perfect the aim I had, shot then lost focus of my picture crosshair. Paid the cost when I got too close. Sins pinned this MC on the wall, ripped out my heart. Ain't that a switch? Yes, of course the knife was so sharp. Space, we need another pass so we can get back to the place before we left and keep it on track. Space, we need another pass so we can get back to the place before we left and keep it all on track. Space, we need another pass so we can get back to the place before we left and keep it on track. Space, we need another pass so we can get back to the place before we left and keep it all on track.
Onto libido and marine life cycles. Seahorses force infatuation along a fish nation. It makes sense. The absence of abstinence attracts promiscuous behavior in sexual habitats.
I use a ring of fire, now watch me transpire. The quotable grows this quick and the mic's on fire. Tie this line to the floor from before and pin a note to your shirt pocket, then get the cross out for sure.
Overflow, the wall was topsoil, now mud. Backed up energy, no net can catch ethics in a flood.
I dropped it live on stage, rage. I never returned to battle lines the day that one died.
No room to rent to vent my anger, echo off the open air. Get too deep and see a stranger, look at me and back I stare.
To disassemble silly emblems inside my spotlights. Night of the dead instead of the last of the massive, right? Space, we need another pass so we can get back to the place before we left to keep it on track. Space, we need another path so we can get back to the place before we left to keep it all on track. Space, we need another path so we can get back to the place before we left to keep it on track. Space, we need another path so we can get back to the place before we left to keep it all on track.
You may not know, but we're recording all night tonight. And I take no chances. Invite you in. Are you in my band? Get your feet the hell off my stage. Is that for me? Bring it out here to me. I'm a star. Play what I want. It's my band.
And play my part to play on words, and from the start your end occurs. And I prefer to be progressive, no escape from the fact that you rap some superficial sugar-coated crap. If I react, I'd say it sucks rock. My mystery is me, so solve it, Sherlock. A penny for your thoughts, nothing for the thoughts of jocks. And sure, there's some exceptions, just accept it when I win in the end. Don't pretend to make believe land when it comes to this band. Then furthermore, we'll be fresh and all that's left standing. And an arm and a leg is what you'll pay, and even coming close to matching Fisher prices. My advice is to shut up, sit up straight, and know I'm clean with no feeling for obscene usage of sex, drugs, or violence in raps. The brats and frats have Greek week, more like geek week. Just go and drink your beer and buy your friends, baby. Besides, the only thing you have over me is size, and that's pretty pathetic. Hold your status, but from me you'll get no credit.
There is nothing worse than contaminated words, leaving some tired, out of time, after nothing's transpired. Heavenly methods hold the best, can't contest. Come and hang, you leave the range, now you've heard the rest. Obliged by the side of another one who's come to say nothing absurd, live by his words, never slum. Just to keep up with an ever-changing industry, diminishing, it costs your soul empty and not full. Cautious not to compete with other faces that I meet, who only want to speak to me after hearing the lyrics over beats. You usually critique, close your eyes, here lies the supersized mega life, still you run and hide. After I emerge from the woodwork victorious, me and Fisher hear the final products, it's glorious. Time spent tends to blend the most perfect result. Others tend to feel intimidation and take this as an insult.
Mismatch my music for freaks dispatch. 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 Mismatch my music for freaks dispatch.
nervous syndrome and it all falls flat. Fast, stand in that single file line last. Non-reactive tactics blast a no-name cast. This is not your ordinary everyday. Play it, listen to it in the same way. Just another empty brain. Stimulation runs deep in my vein. Slow motion yet increasingly keeps pace in this vast rhyme ocean.
I suggest to redo, rethink, retry. Throw some 3D glasses into two-dimensional, short-sighted mental. Why bother? What is the point if I don't make a difference? Where would I go without Stan Smith since his footprints show where we go? To the roots of the dysfunctional family tree leaves fantasy stranded and handed down to blow away in the wind. Lost in sin and once your corruption causes dependency upon me as I write you off as another deduction.
I'll let you know before you grab a microphone. You better know before you touch this mic. There's just two tonight on two mics and move real slow before it hits blood strike. I'll let you know before you grab a microphone. You better know before you touch this mic. There's just two tonight on two mics and move real slow before it hits blood strike. Ever thought of ending it all? Probably not me. Cobain pain from the train of a 12 gauge. Ha! Got limitless possibilities inside this nervous system. Level off at a comfortable altitude, wishing for more. And I'll bet we're further than and freakier bi-weekly, day to day with what we say. Clear out the phlegm, spit the crap rap like that. Engage with the syndrome till it all falls flat.
Upon the ankles of every soul's a ball and chain sustained by the forbidden fruit eaten up, beaten down. The ground coughs up orchids morbid, your favorite color other than blood red, bloody bled green. I mean to break to bits. To one hit one wonders why one sells out to riches, which is what I take in effect the do's and don'ts. Since sex sells and I guess our album won't a minor technicality. Fixated on furthermore a figment of your reality.
I'll let you know before you grab a microphone. You better know before you touch this mic. There's just two tonight on two mics and move real slow before it hits blood strike. I'll let you know before you grab a microphone. You better know before you touch this mic. There's just two tonight on two mics and move real slow before it hits blood strike. Excuses most everyone uses for self-truces, and it amuses me to see the meek fool lose it. King me, your weak graffiti's on the Queen Nefertiti. Left me over easy for that petite weekly. The protection of identity is for good reasons. I'm shouting treason anytime, way or season. Ship you away on a school bus, try and make a fool of us. Taking each and every comic MC, erase the fuss. Stupid us, you can't rent a style that's not for sale. I tried to tell you the other day that all your styles are stale.
Slat your outlook on the spot, facing onslaught. Took out my noose, tongue tied you up, hung by a Freudian slip. Not no way, know how to set the goal and make your future scenic. I can seem bulimic at times, binge on information, then I purge out rhymes and rhythms hard to resist. Record labels make me as a lyricist learn sign language.
No talent, no creativity. Put your weak lyrics over your poor beats. This won't stop for nothing. Furthermore, it's just fine.
Look at your reflection before this is dissection. Move to the man sessions, learn my pure dissection. See the meaning, no second guessing. Heads cut for dissection. You've been in the wrong sections. I'm waiting to learn your lessons. Look at your reflection before this hits dissection. Move to the man sessions, learn the cure dissection. See the meaning, no second guessing. Heads cut for dissection. You've been in the wrong sections. I'm waiting to learn your lessons.
Maybe we need to know, so I ask how you feel. Find the real, the catch of the year is now here. Squill, leap and hopefully you land with both feet. Broken bones leak the marrow of another crooked arrow. No direction, broken with a feather, bird brain. Thoughts from picture frames, now he's taking these pains. Impressive, take us off, a medieval Knievel. Antiseptic now, surpass my own or new a sequel.
I take apart MCs, disassemble imitator enemies who wanna be in coexistence. It lists when my favorite show is on, the catatonic episode. Stare into space, holding a place, live in super stereo. Guilt ridden, built with serpent scales, shell snails fall. Victim to the venom in them, carnage set sail. Swiftly breeze slaps my face, eyes water as it hits harder. I'm a martyr for descriptive rhyme. Climb mountains overboard, roll down the other side. Spring trap jaws laid out by hunters, pine needle, acupuncture. These three things I carry: faith, weight of my past, and last my mind, my friend, my adversary. Doubting Thomases need Pictionary, even in a perfect world, until they meet that perfect girl and fall in love with blind belief. And beneath the mask are poppers of perfection. We've given you infection, now a diagnosis for dissection.
Look at your reflection before this is dissection. Move to the man sessions, learn the cure dissection. See the meaning, no second guessing. Heads cut for dissection. You've been in the wrong sections. I'm waiting to learn your lessons. Look at your reflection before this is dissection. Move to the man sessions, learn the cure dissection. See the meaning, no second guessing. Heads cut for dissection. You've been in the wrong sections. I'm waiting to learn your lessons. Everything that means anything, and when it all crumbles down, my eyes gleam. The meaning of an oratorist isn't yours. You ain't the cream of everyone's dream, and I'm the shortest. This flows along every stream, many things in it just go along strong. When it went too long, just quit. My aching back, jacked from all the property stack, and raw around the pencil from all the words that just got crashed.
I take apart MCs to disassemble imitator enemies who wanna be in coexistence. It lists when my favorite show is on, the catatonic episode. Stare into space, holding in place, live in super stereo. Guilt ridden, built with serpent scales, shellless snails fall. Victim to the venom in them, carnage set sail. Swiftly breeze slaps my face, eyes water as it hits harder. I'm a martyr for descriptive rhyme. Climb mountains overboard, roll down the other side. Spring trap jaws laid out by hunters, pine needle, acupuncture. These three things I carry: faith, weight of my past, and last my mind, my friend, my adversary. Doubting Thomases need Pictionary, even in the perfect world, till they meet that perfect girl and fall in love with blind belief. And beneath the mask are poppers of perfection. We've given you infection, now a diagnosis for dissection.
I have the recipes, cure your disease in these two brain stems and veins. You thrill, kill, please. It's all a lie, and it leaves you affected and infected, senseless, talking all that trash rap, a garbage man. What do you worship, or who? I revolve love and life, not cultures full of lines and lives that cut like knives. Then use the pen to scope the area for surgery. Trim limbs, leap paraplegically on a murder tree. There's more shallow-minded culture that still tries to build and attack swift vulture. Catastrophic downfalls, I hope it comes soon. I carry heavy burdens, the stable ground still moves. Confused? Open up your eyes, stitches torn, so loose. And I said that you despise, now it's furthermore you too. Blue as these do, hands around my throat, still choke. I'll do unto others that still do, and go broke.
We'll go in a comet, walk around a nebula soon. And now, take a kitchen knife and cut a slice of the moon. Plus I got Saturn's ring around the collarbone. The microphone is up for me to take, pour out a gallon of the Milky Way. For heaven's sake, you're second rate and nothing more alienated. Shaded in, faded out, overplayed and overrated. As stated in solar sessions, impressions bring me closer to the truth of who's real and who's a superimposer.
I'ma take that snake and bite back if it attacks. Understand that's what a lot do lack. Label stable men who revolve like disco dance balls. Stumble through a past tense vision, then crumble and fall. Even stippage witches brew turn new. Racks to riches, murky ponds to clean pool. What happened to us? They get up and fuss up too much about me. You'll never understand, so many just rust.
I'll take you piece by piece.